We are with Satori Seals on this lovely Sunday evening. And something has personally crossed my mind a lot, and I kind of want to get your take on the difference in indoctrination and enlightenment.
That's it?
That's it. I'm going to leave it like that because I don't want to guide your answer. So when I say indoctrination and enlightenment, tell me your take on that.
There's a variety of different ways you can come at that. One aspect, indoctrination can be a means to lead you to enlightenment. And at the same time, indoctrination could be a means to lead you to a place of ignorance, or in other words, not experiencing enlightenment. So I think we need to know the base of what enlightenment is.
Excuse me, can I interrupt you? Can you give us the base of what indoctrination is and then go to enlightenment?
Well, indoctrination is just programming to a set of beliefs, ideas, or ideology, theories, rituals and traditions and so forth that are layered, that's inbred in us. Enlightenment is basically getting to a place where you're above misinformation, or fragmented knowledge. I like to call it, it's not fragmented knowledge, but it's holistic knowledge. And it's also not instigating self-deception. And so unfortunately what happened is a lot of, sometimes we say indoctrination is like a bad word, but it can assist both spectrums. But we're more commonly, let's be honest, we say indoctrination is associated with it restricting people. And so a lot of times enlightenment doesn't restrict you. It opens you up, first of all, to yourself and then to other people. So a lot of times we have enlightenment, it invites free thinking, which means that you can willing to accept someone else's point of view and perceptions or whatever, and their knowledge base or their religious position or their spiritual angle, and it doesn't, even though it's different from yours, it doesn't pose a disruption to you to the point where you're trying to cast them down within your mind, or even verbally, or even behaviorally speaking, because they don't match what you think. A lot of times we identify and coincide things with according to what we think, and that's what I was saying, birds fly together, flock together. Indoctrination, in a lot of sense, can be a helpful, useful tool because there's a required inculcating process that we all have. I mean, culture, like we see it, is not sustained because 1 minute someone is coming from this angle, another minute coming from this angle. There has to be a systematic way of transferring information. So in the neutral, looking at it from a neutral aspect, indoctrination is a vehicle to bring that repetitive information. There's a word I think is there's Rensho, I think in the Japanese, where it talks about active or practice knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Repetitive knowledge, basically what it means. And so indoctrination helps with that, to bring about repetitive knowledge. The issue is that we have to dissect or reflect or assess upon the information that we're receiving, because that will determine if it's going to assist you having more of an enlightenment experience, or if it's going to delude you from what you need to be aware of. And unfortunately what happens, mostly indoctrination, even politically speaking, there's a term we call agitpropping, which means they're using information through the media, through newspaper, and all these different things that will kind of cloud your mind, but it's infilling you with, or is imbibing you with, a whole bunch of fragmented knowledge, not really pointing you to the truth in the thing. So that's a very good question, because indoctrination and enlightenment, they can coincide with each other, or they could be totally opposed to each other. And so it just depends on what position we take, and what determines that position is the level of knowledge that's being transported.